I'm not going to go over too much of what transpired in chapters 130 and 131, but let's get into it. After seeing Eren in 131, where we see him slaughtering Marley people, men, women, children alike, if you had any doubts as to whether or not Eren would still follow through with his goal, I think that chapter should have laid them to rest. Eren has crossed a line that I believe he can't walk back from. He has laid waste to a country, killing all kinds of innocents in the process. At this point, Eren has done so much, there is no point of him half-assing his plans. What also assures me of this is the mentality of Eren currently. Unlike cases like Reiner, for example, where the atrocities he committed could be attributed to his youth, Eren is a grown-ass man that knows what he wants and understands the full scope of what he's doing. Eren isn't deluding himself into thinking that this path he walks is one that's filled with rainbows and daisies. Genocide is what awaits the rest of the world, and Eren is aware that he is the cause of it. He even shows sympathy towards the people of Marley, but still decides to cha-cha slide all over their nation. So for me, I don't know what the hell anyone could say to Eren to get him to reel back. Eren has made up his mind that the rumbling is the only course of action to obtain freedom. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will make him veer from that goal. So the only way to get Eren to stop is to give him a new solution that he deems plausible to achieve his idea of freedom, which, as far as I'm aware, no one has done and will do. As for my opinion as Eren the character, I like that Isayama didn't make him numb to all the death that he's causing. I find it far more interesting that Eren can feel the weight of his actions than if he were to be heartless and amoral. Eren has never been a cold and uncaring individual, and as I said in a video I made almost a year ago, Eren has never truly changed, which I'll explain a little here. Eren obviously has tweaks to his character, like his older design and more mature mindset, but his core personality has remained consistent. The common goal that Eren has always chased was freedom. However, he looks like the villain now due to the circumstances. The enemy that used to threaten his freedom and confine him into walls were Titans. Now that he has moved past the walls and has seen outside of it, the enemy that now threatens his freedom is the rest of the world. What adds to the fandom thinking that Eren is different is the fact that he now has the means to back up all the shit he used to talk. Eren doesn't have to sit idly by and wait for anything. He has the power to seek out his freedom, and if it requires him to stain the ocean with blood, he will absolutely do that. That is the extent of his conviction, which again was always this strong. On to other points, god damn. As the colossal titans flatten everything in their route, it seems as if the heat coming from their bodies isn't just causing steam, it's evaporating morale. When Pieck breaks the grim news to Gabby and Falco and tries to console them, her response to Falco frantically asking her, "What are we supposed to do now?" is, "I don't know." That's as real as it gets. There is no foolproof plan to stop Eren. There is no bright side to the current state of affairs. Niggas just don't know what to do. Eren has destroyed their homeland and aims to kill even more people, and they don't know what to do. If Isayama wanted the audience to be in a state of hopelessness along with the characters, mission accomplished. I genuinely feel bad for everyone, especially the Eldians and Marley, because of how this is all going down. They have fought like hell all of their life. Whether it's fighting wars for their homeland or fighting against discrimination they face in their homeland, all of that fighting to protect their loved ones, and they ran into an enemy that can't be fought and seemingly cannot be reasoned with. This time they are powerless because in this scenario, it's not a fight anymore, it's simply a massacre. Moving along, I definitely have to cover the confirmation of the Annie and Armin ship. Sure, it's weird as hell considering the age gap, but I think it was developed in an organic and wholesome way. Armin likely has always had a crush on Annie, and with him and Hitch being the only ones that kept her company in those 4 years, Annie has developed a crush on Armin as well. I also like that Mikasa was instantly able to tell that Annie and Armin had something going on just by Annie's glances at Armin. Mikasa is no stranger to romantic feelings, so her great intuition in that scene was nice to see. Unfortunately though, I had to get on Mikasa's ass for a bit because Annie and Armin being a thing drops her stock a bit, and you wanna know why? This foreigner girl who has killed a lot of Armin's partners, his contemporaries, and has not showered in 4 years, was able to pull a man soon after waking up. But Mikasa has still not received any dick? Any dick? Ah, Mikasa, come on, man. I love you, but damn. We going out pitiful. Annie stands eating buffets while we scrapping for the crumbs.
My favorite!
It is bad out here. But for real though, before any fans start jumping for joy because our boy Armin out here getting hoes, please remember this is Attack on Titan. There are 2 things you don't want to be in Attack on Titan. 1, in a relationship, as most ships have sunk with the death of the shippies. 2, commander of the survey corps, as all members that we've known have gone out after some brave suicide mission. I would like to remind you that Armin is now both of those, meaning there is cause to believe that Armin is now in definite mortal danger. So Armin fans, be prepared because y'all might be the next to suffer. Besides that though, there's beautiful irony in Armin becoming a new Survey Corps commander because of how it happened. Looking at the chain of events, Floch is the indirect cause of Hanji's death, which is the reason why Armin was made commander. And if you remember back to chapter 90, Floch was very opposed to Armin being chosen to supersede Erwin, but again, he's incidentally the reason why Armin currently holds Erwin's former position. To add on, it's also ironic that Floch indirectly caused Hanji's death in this chapter, when in chapter 84, Hanji is the one that saved Floch from Mikasa, who tried to kill him in both situations, but of course was successful this time around. As for my feelings on the matter, I have to say first and foremost, fuck Hajime Isayama. My 3 favorite characters in the series are Erwin, Hanji, and Levi, and it seems like this motherfucker is going to kill them in order. Seriously though, I'm happy that Hanji went out in a blaze of glory, which seems to be the trend for our Survey Corps commanders. What's great is that's just the surface level. Hanji's last moments weren't just fan service just so she could go out in a cool way. She died to what she loved, which were Titans. I don't know if Isayama did this because he's sadistic or if he wanted to go for that poetic vibe. Either way, I'm satisfied with the conclusion. And please do not forget to put some respect on Hanji Zo's name. Why? Because she did what the global allied fleet could never do, even with all their big ass cannons and firepower. Hanji took down a colossal titan, which tells me something I already knew looking at Levi. You can have your advanced tech and shiny looking toys, but when it comes clutch time in the 4th quarter, do you have a good soldier? The Survey Corps certainly does, and Hanji's valiant effort is proof of their worth. The final sequence with Hanji in the afterlife was dope too. Seeing Erwin, Mike, I think that's Sasha with her bat turn, Shadis, and my nigga Mob lit, nigga, capitalize the lit, nigga, all caps, L-I-T lit, who people may not remember, but he was Hanji's ride or die. Most importantly though, Gledgar, if you remember him from the Clash of Titans art, finally got that elusive drink. In fact, he got the whole damn bottle to himself. Isayama could have easily left the chapter on a flying boat simply flying away after Hanji's sacrifice, but we got to see Hanji link up with their fallen comrades, which to me added on to the emotion of the moment. And even though I was sad to see Hanji go because man, that is my baby girl, seeing her with everyone left me with a bittersweet feeling, which is a little weird for a Isayama character death. However, with us having a scene like this with Hanji, I'm worried for Levi, but it's for a reason you may not immediately think of, which I'll get to. Before that, I had to go way off topic and focus on something very trivial that I should not dedicate any time towards, but I will because it's me. You see how Eren doesn't have his right arm in the afterlife? When I saw that, I couldn't help but pose the question, is the body you have in the afterlife dependent on how it was just before your death, or what? What I mean is, Eren didn't have a rejuvenated body with all of his limbs, but instead, he only had his left arm because he lost it before his death. So if I were to sustain injuries right before my death that didn't immediately kill me, would I now go to the afterlife with those injuries? For example, Porco got fucked up before being eaten by Falco. So would he go to the afterlife with a chunk of his head missing, or no? I don't know, stupid thing to hone in on, but I wanted to let my thoughts out regardless. Next, let's talk about a different Cyclops, Levi Ackerman. He is practically a dead man walking, and I don't mean in just body, I mean in spirit too. Levi is a strong dude in many different facets, but this brother has known nothing but pain since the beginning. I know y'all remember that little Uzi song, push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. Yeah, nigga, that song was by Levi. Look at how dead Levi's eye looks after Hanji tells him what she's about to do. That man has had his friends killed time and time again, and although I don't think he'd ever give up on life or anything like that, I feel like deep down he would want to be reunited with his comrades in the afterlife because he's lost damn near everyone he's ever gotten close to. Now back to my concerns I have with Levi after seeing Hanji have that last sequence. I feel like that final scene would have been perfect for Levi specifically to have after his potential death, and the fact that Hanji got it instead bothers me. Now, my issues are predicated on a belief that Levi will in fact die, and if he doesn't die, then problem solved, but oddly, that's actually my real problem. I honestly believe 1000% that Levi should die, and yes, I know how that sounds considering I was bitching about Isayama killing my favorite characters off, but for Levi specifically, I think death would be a relief for him at this juncture. As I said before, Levi has been suffering, and I think he has suffered enough. He has been to the basement and seen outside the walls, so he's fulfilled Eren's dreams. He's lived out his days as humanity's greatest soldier, because with 2 fingers and 1 eye, I think his days as the strongest are done, and with increasing technology, Levi may become obsolete in the near future. Plus, the threat this time is far beyond his capabilities, so he isn't needed for fighting. The only thing Levi hasn't done yet is kill Zeke, which I had to ask, is it necessary to do after validating Zeke's plan was in fact the better plan? I don't know the answer to this myself. What I do know is that Levi is mentally exhausted. I mean, the dude didn't even look out the window to see Hanji's final moments because he's probably so broken that he's become numb to death. Hashtag mercy kill Levi. I also had to give Annie a little shout out in this chapter for locking Falco and Gabby in their rooms when everything was going down, so they couldn't make the rash decision of transforming and trying to fight the Colossal Titans, because they surely would have died and sacrificed themselves for nothing. I like Annie in a reluctantly big sister type of role. It's pretty cool for her character. But y'all, that is all I had to say with these couple of chapters. I'm sorry for being late and lazy. Sincerely, I have been boofing. And I promise to be better. I really don't have predictions for the next chapter. I just don't expect Eren to fold in this kill them all campaign. I also don't know how long we have, but I feel the end is near. With that being said, y'all, I'm Satsuki the Savage. Like, comment, subscribe. I am out.
Tasting your soul, you're not in control, just giving you goals. Scared of your past, the future is closed. The start is the end is a start. They both are the same, can't tell them apart. Nigga, that's cuz the intro is the outro.